Hi everyone, welcome to another Fireside Chat. I'm Miza, your moderator for today's Fireside Chat. Joining us is Dr. Tony Ram, an AI practitioner and expert. Our focus today is on the decision-making process for organizations when it comes to choosing between using AI or building their own internal capabilities. Let's jump right into the discussion. Dr. Ram, when organizations face the decision of using AI or building their own internal capabilities, what are the key factors that they should consider?
Well, thank you, Shankar. I appreciate being here and contributing to this wonderful conversation. It's a great question that you pose. First of all, organizations need to take into account the actual business case or use case they want to apply AI to, and that is extremely important to understand. Okay, is AI needed for this business case or use case that I'm trying to address, and understand what specific business needs do I need to address with AI, and what type of AI is it going to be? Machine learning algorithms? Is it going to be chat bots with infused with machine learning? Is there some other facet of AI, maybe in generative AI or large language models? But whatever that AI is to address the business case or use cases, is the first thing that needs to be looked at. And the other thing we always miss is requirements. Not only the use case, but what are the requirements that we need to address with the AI solution, and making sure that maybe it's not AI that's needed. And we need to also think about those things as well. The other piece is when companies look at AI solutions, either you are going to have a off-the-shelf AI product that maybe address your use case if you decide to go that route, or maybe some internally developed proprietary AI application, or it can actually be a combination of both. So those are some of the things that we need to look at. And of course, like any other software engineering project, we need to also look at any cost and customization that may be required. And the key thing here is customization versus configuration. Most tools you can configure to do the things that you need to do, address your requirements. Things that are beyond configuration is when customization happens. And that's when you have to come into some more programming expertise to build on the product.
Thank you, Doctor, for that great sharing. Now, on to my second question. Can you provide some real-world examples of organizations that have opted for using AI solutions and others that have chosen to build their own internal capabilities?
Yes, I could talk about a couple of organizations I know that have decided to build their own applications. One, my organization, we built a cancer research tool that addresses small cell lung cancer, and we use proprietary algorithms to address that. The other organizations, for instance, I've worked with an organization called Skyla that uses AI and physical threat detection software, and that's proprietary on their part. So that's proprietary AI solutions. Other larger enterprises that in highly regulated industries, such as finance and healthcare, also may decide to build their own AI internal applications as well. And when you're talking about data ethics, data privacy, and security in highly regulated industries, most of those organizations will build their own. So those are the things that I look at. Also, if you're looking at small startups with limited resources, those are the companies. I've worked with a few startups. Those are the companies that would leverage what I talked about before of a hybrid approach. Some parts of it would be purchased AI solutions, and other parts would be customization on top of that for their particular small business or smaller company AI solution. So those are some of the things we need to take into account as well.
Now, for a second question, can you provide some real-world examples of organizations that have opted for using AI solutions and others that have chosen to build their own internal capabilities?
Yeah, like I was saying before, the organizations that use AI solutions that far as building their own, really have a decision to make as far as their proprietary algorithms, right? So, and I'm talking more general. So any company that wants to build their own needs to think about specifically their value proposition, what they bring to the market as a differentiator, and then build their own custom software algorithms to meet their business need, like we said before about even deciding to use AI. And so companies that do that and have to take into account these other aspects of ethics and privacy and things of that nature, if they're in highly regulated industries, if they're having a novel approach to a solution, so they would build their own. Companies that will kind of bring in software AI solutions are companies that are looking to address something that's probably been addressed by algorithms already in the marketplace, and that maybe they can apply it based on their requirements and use cases they're addressing, and also be able to have the expertise or bring in the expertise to do some customization. So what I look at when we do selection for AI solutions or any vendor solutions, I look at the 80-20 rule. 80% of the tool can meet our solution needs, requirements, and use case needs, and 20% may be something that we may need to customize. So those are things I look at. One, for companies wanting to do their own versus organizations bringing in the software product.
Thank you, Doctor. Moving on to the third question, what are some of the benefits and challenges organizations may encounter when using AI solutions or building their own internal capabilities?
What are some of the benefits? Well, some of the benefits of building it your own is that you will have more control over any updates that you need to make to the application. You're building in most cases, a new approach or some novel advancement in the approach that you're using. And so there's intellectual property rights and that you can patent and register and increase your own company's valuation because of the proprietary software and approaches that you use. So there's a lot of benefit in that regard. And also, you're able to better manage the deployment and capabilities that you're addressing. If you look at the off-the-shelf software, some of the benefits there, right, is that you don't need to develop that software. You don't need to bring in or have the expertise in-house to go end-to-end solution. You can work with the vendor to help supplement your own company's expertise. You can leverage the vendor to train your staff to continue to maintain and evolve the product, so you can get some knowledge transfer in that regard. So it's a cost savings in a lot of times as far as building it your own versus buying the application. But you don't have as much control as you would if you would have built it in-house. so you don't have as much control as far as updates and changes that are needed. So in that case, you need to understand the vendor's roadmap for their product and understand how the evolution of their product will align with the possible evolution of your software solution using that AI product. And that goes with any vendor product as well, understanding their roadmap and how their product is going to evolve and aligning it to what your needs are as your in your organization. So that's extremely important. So we look at a few things as far as industries, from financial, healthcare, any medical diagnosis applications. You really have to understand the business use case that you're addressing, and then take a look at how building it in-house versus buying a off-the-shelf solution would work for you. But that's an excellent question. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to the second last question. Are there any specific industry or use cases where organizations are more inclined to build their own AI capabilities?
Well, I think from my experience, it's more in the financial and healthcare industries. I think that companies are looking to build their own applications, but you have to also take into consideration all the tools that have been developed over the last 2 to 3 years, and I believe it's not necessary to reinvent the wheel if it's something that's out there that you can leverage. And so I think that is a really important decision to make as far as what you want to do is in building the AI application, and how you want to address the issues not only in your organization but also in your industry, because implementing AI comes with a certain set of ethical issues and regulations and standards and governance that you would need to pay attention to, and so having an understanding of that as you are building your application, I think either if you're building it in-house from scratch or bringing in an AI solution, understanding the ethical and privacy and governance concerns that you need to address, not only once you build and release it, but the ongoing monitoring maintenance of the product and application going forward to continue to meet the regulations and privacy and ethics. So those are other things that we have to make sure that we look at when we bring in an AI solution.
Thank you, Doctor. For my last question, can you share an inspiring example of an organization that has successfully implemented either using AI solutions or building internal AI capabilities?
Oh, there are a couple of organizations. I think I mentioned one before, Skyla, which is a threat detection organization. There is a startup called Health Metrics that is also implementing a dashboard that has analytical capabilities, understanding data from just a breathing apparatus that they've developed from a respiratory perspective, and understanding data that from a respiratory perspective that can detect different diseases and ailments from just breathing into this device they call the clarinet. and their analytical platform leverages that data for medical diagnosis. And so one is in the threat detection, but one is in the healthcare area that I've seen that makes a very good use of AI algorithms. You're talking specifically machine learning algorithms to do some very important things. One, and it's all around, I guess, your health. One is for your protection, and other one is for the detecting any ailments or diseases that you may have contracted based on your analyzing your respiratory data. So those are two companies that I think are doing some really innovative and really making a great use of AI. And it's not to say that other companies are not. I can even talk about my own organization where we're working on our cancer research project, and that's for non-small cell lung cancer. I think we're doing some innovative things, leveraging machine learning and knowledge graphs, which is another. I think I look at it as the glue between the machine learning and all the predictive analytics that you use for machine learning. The knowledge graph brings it to another level of understanding and connections. And so I think we're doing something kind of innovative as well. But those other two organizations I spoke of that I'm very familiar with are very, very active and have done a lot of research in developing and deploying applications that are innovative and use AI in both. I mean, the important thing to understand is that both those organizations that I mentioned also take a very proactive stance in the privacy and protection of data and using the AI application ethically. So that's the other piece that we must not forget.
Thank you, Dr. Ram, for sharing your valuable insight, perspective, and knowledge on how organizations can make informed decisions when it comes to using AI solutions or building their own internal capabilities. It is clear and evident that a thorough evaluation of business needs, available resources, and long term goals are crucial. By understanding the factors, examining real world examples, organizations can harness the power of AI effectively and drive innovation in their respective industries. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and that's all. See you again for next episode.